Let's talk about dissociation and BPD to better understand the fragmented self. We're going to be reading from this article, Dissociation and BPD by Jason Chimay. I'm so sorry. BPD is often described in terms of emotional intensity, relationship struggles, and an unstable sense of self/identity. But one critical and often overlooked piece of the puzzle is dissociation, a process that disrupts the way we experience ourselves, our emotions, and the world around us. For someone with BPD, dissociation can feel like slipping into a fog, losing touch with who they are, or even feeling disconnected from their body. And this experience reflects a deeper struggle, the lack of an integrated sense of self. And understanding how dissociation fits into BPD can illuminate its roots in early development and point the way toward healing. What is dissociation? Well, dissociation is a natural mechanism the mind uses to manage overwhelming stress, emotions, or conflict. It creates temporary distance from setting aside those painful feelings or thoughts so you can focus on the moment at hand. For example, dissociation might help you power through a difficult meeting by you compartmentalizing your anxiety only to process those feelings later in a safer context. Dissociation for someone with BPD often goes into overdrive. Rather than serving as a temporary buffer, it disrupts their ability to stay grounded in the present or maintain a cohesive sense of self. People with BPD often feel like different people in different situations, as if their sense of identity shifts depending on the context. This reflects the lack of integration between self states, the different versions of ourselves that make up our personality. Healthy self states are like a piece of a puzzle. Each one is unique, but it fits together to form a coherent whole. In BPD, this integration breaks down. Early relational trauma, inconsistent caregiving, or neglect, emotional neglect, can leave a person feeling fragmented with different self states that don't fit together. To understand dissociation in BPD, it's helpful to look at early developmental experiences. During infancy and childhood, we rely on caregivers to help us regulate our emotions. When a parent soothes a crying child, they're teaching the child to manage stress and return to a calm state. For individuals with BPD, early caregiving may have been inconsistent, invalidating, or outright neglectful. Without a reliable external source of regulation, the developing brain turns to dissociation as a way to cope with these overwhelming emotions. Splitting and self-states. Young children experience the world in black and white terms, seeing people as either all good or all bad. And this is a normal part of development, but over time, children learn to integrate these opposites. They realize that a parent who disciplines them can still love them and that their own feelings can be complex and multifaceted. In BPD, this process of integration often doesn't fully develop. Instead, self-states remain disconnected, leading to an unstable sense of identity. Dissociation exacerbates this by creating further disconnect between thoughts, feelings, and memories. Chronic trauma, such as emotional abuse or neglect, can hardwire dissociation into the brain's stress response. For a child who feels unsafe, dissociation becomes a survival strategy, allowing them to escape the unbearable emotions or experiences. But as they grow, these once adaptive mechanisms can become a barrier to emotional connection and self-awareness. How does dissociation manifest in BPD? Well, dissociation can look different for everyone, but common experiences include feeling emotionally numb. So during moments of intense stress, emotions may shut down completely, leaving a person feeling empty or disconnected. You can lose touch with reality. The world may feel unreal, derealization, or the person may feel detached from their body, depersonalization. Fragmented identity, a person might feel like they're different people in different situations or with no consistent sense of who they are. Gaps in memory, intense arguments, or emotional crisis can have us feeling unstable to recall key memories, and we've lost time. How to reconnect with yourself. Some strategies that can help, of course, number one, DBT, dialectical behavior therapy, transference-based therapy, grounding techniques, and mindfulness practices. Focusing on your five senses, holding a cold object or splashing your face with cold water, Things like stomping your feet, clapping your hands on a surface will kind of help you bring you back into your body. There are also other trauma-focused therapies such as EMDR. Dissociation and BPD can feel like you're losing yourself, but it's also a sign of resilience, a way your mind has tried to protect you. Healing doesn't mean erasing dissociation entirely. It means using to learn it in a healthy way, allowing your many self states to coexist and thrive. Through grounding, mindfulness, and therapy, it's possible to reconnect with your emotions, memories, and sense of self. As you begin to integrate these pieces, you may find that the fragmented self becomes whole again, resilient, flexible, and uniquely you.